This tutorial looks at how you can use either the Delete Anchor Point tool or the Pen tool to delete anchor points on a selected object. Again, as in all of the tutorials on paths and points in this sequence, I'll give an example of how the tool can be used productively to achieve a shape in this ocean liner artwork. I want to create the shaded side of the hull. I'll start by drawing a rectangle from the top corner of the prow. Again, I'm going to use the idea of a tear-off panel, as I'll need to use a number of tools in the Pen tool group. I'll position my cursor on the Pen tool, press and hold the mouse down for a second or so to show the tool group. Then I'll release the mouse. Then I'll position my cursor on the thin tear-off bar on the right of the tool group, and I'll click on that to create a floating pen group panel. The first thing I want to do is to delete the bottom left anchor point. Notice the shape, the rectangle is still selected. I can select the Delete Anchor Point tool, position my cursor on the bottom left anchor point, then click to delete the point. The shape redraws and I've got a triangle which I can work on to get the final shape I'm after. But I'll undo that to get back to where I started, because in many instances it's simply easier to use just the Pen tool, which has built-in intelligence. I'll select the Pen tool. Again, remember the object is still selected. Notice if I position my Pen tool cursor somewhere along the path, the Pen tool becomes the Add Anchor Point tool. You can see the little plus at the cursor. I don't want to add an anchor point right now, but it's important that you can see and identify the interface detail. Still with the Pen tool selected, notice that if I move the mouse over an existing anchor point, it becomes the Delete Anchor Point tool. Exactly what I want. I'll click on the anchor point to remove it. Now to finish this, I need to do a bit of work along the top edge of the shape. I'll go back to the Direct Selection tool. I'll select the top left anchor point. Then I'll press and drag to bring that in and down a bit. But to get the shape I really want, I need to introduce a few curves. I'll select the Anchor Point tool, then I'll press and drag on the anchor point. That gives me a smooth, symmetrical point, which is not quite what I'm after. This is one little example where I'll keep the Anchor Point tool selected and use it this time to drag a direction handle. I'll just zoom in a little bit before I do that. And that converts the smooth point to a corner point. Now I'll go back to the Direct Selection tool to make any further edits to the shape of these curves. I'll zoom out. You've just seen how easy it can be to start with a basic shape and edit that so that it becomes the shape you actually need. You could have drawn the shape with the Pen tool, but this is a good exercise that builds your understanding and control over points and paths in Adobe Illustrator. Hope you have a good journey. Bon voyage. À bientôt. Please like the like if you like to like. Better still, like the like and click the subscribe button. There are links in the show more extended description to other tutorials in this sequence of using points and paths. Hope to see you soon.